Yeah, Natasha, Steve, Fox 5 News has obtained a copy of an internal NYPD memo. It's an operations order by the police commissioner. And essentially, it basically says that local police should not be assisting the feds when it comes to immigration enforcement. It's titled Operations Order, and the subject title reads Civil Immigration Enforcement. It essentially serves as that reminder to local police when it comes to the feds. The order reminds the NYPD of laws that are in place which prevent local police from assisting federal authorities like ICE agents. The memo serves as a behind-the-scenes glimpse at preparations underway should federal raids start. The memo starts off stating in various contexts, members of service may encounter federal agents engaged in immigration enforcement. It also underlines that the department should investigate criminal activity without regard to a person's immigration status and the fact that a person who is present in the U.S. without lawful authorization, well, that's a civil matter, not a crime. The memo also states officers are not to take any action that will interfere with or impede civil immigration enforcement undertaken by the feds. The Trump administration has said ICE agents will be allowed to go into sensitive areas like churches and schools. We're learning within the next few days, the Pentagon will deploy as many as 1,500 active duty troops to help secure the southern border. The forces would join the roughly 2,500 U.S. National Guard and Reserve forces already there. The administration has promised to crack down on those who have committed crimes first, and the border czar says that's already happening.
So if you're in the country illegally, ICE can visit you. But right now, as we said repeatedly, and the President Trump's been clear, we're concentrating on the worst first, the public safety threats and national security threats. And just yesterday, in the last 24 hours, ICE arrested over 308 serious criminals. Some of them were murderers, some of them were rapists, some of them raped a child, some were sexual assault of a child. So ICE is doing their job, and they're prioritizing, just as the President said they would.
The Trump administration has canceled travel for refugees already cleared to resettle in the U.S. Those refugees had been approved to arrive before a January 27th deadline, suspending America's refugee resettlement program. The move leaving thousands of refugees stranded around the globe. An executive order refusing to recognize birthright citizenship is getting major pushback. Locally, we're seeing reaction to the climate of uncertainty, including a church on the Upper West Side with a sign on the door that reads, ICE and Homeland Security is not permitted. Multiple reports say enforcements, even raids, will start in Chicago and then in New York. All of this, of course, as it's unfolding quickly, is fueling the uncertainty and fear that we've been reporting, Natasha, in the migrant community.
All right, Stephanie, well, thank you so much for covering that.